Welcome back to Hey Eintracht Frankfurt, the Bundesliga podcast covering everything there is to know in the English language about Eintracht Frankfurt, the greatest team in Germany, the greatest team in Europe, and the greatest team in the world for that matter, but we are a little bit biased. I am John in Virginia, joined today by our wonderful producer Nathan in St. Louis. How you doing?
John, how's it going?
It's going good.
I'm doing okay. I hope you're doing well too.
Yeah, doing well. This is now our second attempt at recording this after a little audio mishap earlier. It is currently 12:30, Friday, August 15th, and the first round of the DFB Pokal is underway, and we already have a hailstorm in Grosspock that is delaying their game against Leverkusen. So, German football is fully back. But we are not here to talk about the other matches going on this week. We are here to talk about our club, Eintracht Frankfurt. We're going to talk about our first round matchup for the DFB Pokal, which occurs Sunday, 7 o'clock a.m. Eastern Time. And, of course, about the goaltending situation that's, really been in the headlines for the past couple of days for us. But first, just want to say a thank you to everyone who came out in Louisville and Philadelphia during Eintracht's U.S. tour. Chris put a lot of effort into creating some absolutely wonderful tailgates in both places. Getting a live broadcast going for Philadelphia. It's a learning experience, and we'll definitely hope to do some of those in the future whenever we can and improve the audio quality for sure. But Philadelphia was an absolutely wonderful time, and I'm sure, Nathan, it was as well in Louisville.
It was a blast. It was really good to see everybody. I go, because the club is coming there, but I mean, it is a congregation point for everyone who knows each other and anybody who doesn't to, become part of like the AFC USA family. So yeah, it's great. Yep. I love it. I hope we can continue to do it regardless of whether the team, travels to the US or not during the summer. Yeah. Follow the example of Cone fans who have an annual meetup in Chicago every year. Let's do it.
Yeah, they do an annual meetup every once in a while. I know they did one in DC a couple of years ago. We gotta definitely get on that. The EFC USA family is just growing so rapidly. I know when the team first came over to do tours back in, I believe, 2017 or 2018, there were only a few official fan clubs then. And now we've got them all across the country. So many people coming in, and yes, prospective EFC St. Louis. Hopefully to get to that minimum number of members soon, and have an official fan club out in St. Louis for you.
Hell yeah. And as we continue to grow, also I want to thank Tom. In New York City for doing everything that he does for the AFCs and also the club here. I mean, he is just the workhorse that gets everything done. So
yeah, absolutely. He's done incredible work, really growing the Eintracht community in the U.S. over the past number of years, and now has an official position within the club to increase his capabilities in doing that. And he does so much wonderful work. Yeah. But let's go talk about the club now. The past couple of days, there have been a lot of rumors surrounding Kevin Trapp. Paris FC has come in with an offer for him to be their goaltender through 2028. And it sure looks like he wants to accept that proposal and will ultimately leave us this season. He had 1 year left on his contract. The reported fee is around 1 million euros. And it was just, it definitely does not feel right at all to be losing a player of his caliber and his status within the club for such a low fee. It's tough.
Yeah, I mean, it like I'm a numbers guy with my team, and the perspective that I share there is that it's all funny money in the end. It's not money that I'm spending or anything, but we're different than the Premier League and other leagues in that, the financials really do matter. And I want this club to stay around forever. So when I see on Transfermarkt that he's worth 2.5 million still, and we're only getting 1 million, I know that he's wanting to leave in a pressing matter, and it's not a place that we're in a position to negotiate. He's given us so much. I want to honor as much as my intentions or whatever. I don't care. No one cares. But he deserves to go wherever he wants, even if that's just a modeling career. Which he could do from here.
Yeah, just one more year, man. That door will be open to you in the summer of 26.
Yeah, it's a bummer.
Speaking further on the financials, obviously with him leaving, he is one of the top earners at our club right now. His base salary is $3.5 million, and he has a lot of bonuses in his contract where that could go over $5 million. So the club will be saving some money there, but obviously we'll need to spend some money on a replacement for him. But before we get to those names real quick, Dino did say in a press conference this morning that Trapp will be starting on Sunday for us. Santos, while he's almost ready, is not quite there yet. And so he will not be able to play in the game on Sunday. We want to get Trapp in there to play that, and hopefully we give him a good send-off. And then Santos will likely be the starting goaltender from that point onward. But in order to replace Trapp, the club is looking pretty heavily at Werder Bremen's number one goaltender, Michael Zetterer. What are your thoughts about him?
I'm not very high on Zetterer. No offense to him. I just, I think I said it in the Discord. Like, I feel like Frankfurt is a club that believes we're a big club on the big stage in Europe now, and I feel like we should be acting like it. Zetterer, no offense to him, is not that Champions League level backup. So I'm not a big fan of his or Matthew Ryan. It reportedly, I think Bild is now saying that we are going to sign him through 2029 for the transfer fee for €4.5 million. So not the biggest fan of his. I think he'll be a competent backup. I just worry about the health of Santos.
Yeah, absolutely. Zetterer obviously has been the starting goaltender for Bremen for a few years now, but he's really not, the greatest Bundesliga goaltender out there. Obviously, he would come in as a backup, but like you've mentioned about Santos, there are definitely going to be some question marks about his health. He had a knee injury. He somewhat re-aggravated that in the summer. Seems to not be as bad as initially thought, but still, with him electing not to have surgery, you don't know what other issues might arise with such a busy schedule, especially in the first half of this year.
Yeah, it's going to be a slog, and he's still young. He had some really important games under his belt last year in Europe, where he showed up on a big stage, but he also then had some major collapses.
Yeah.
So I just hope that, as a young kid, that he's developed that like thick skin already, that he's going to need to take every game in and out and show up every time.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think Zimbo's put him in a good place, so let's hope.
Yeah, no, Jan Zimmerman has been a wonderful goaltending coach for us, and hell, who knows? He could even step on the pitch nowadays. I bet.
That dude still works out.
Yeah. But yeah, Santos, he's shown that he definitely has the talent to be a number one goaltender going forward. Obviously, he needs to get the matches under his belt to really, fine tune his skills and grow in his confidence. But I have full trust in him going forward, definitely.
Yep.
But let's talk about Sunday, 7 a.m. Eastern time, 6 a.m. your time, 4 a.m. I would consider that still nighttime out in the Pacific. But early match against FV Engers. They are a team in the Oberliga Rhineland-Palatinate, which is the fifth tier of German football. And they qualified for the DFB Pokal by winning the Rhineland Cup last year. They finished 7th in their Oberliga last year. This year they've played 2 matches so far, 1-1, lost 1, 3 goals scored, 3 goals against. It's a side I don't think anyone's really familiar with, to be honest, not really a side you can watch here in the United States. But as with, many of the lower tier sides, we expect them to play a pretty defensive game against us, try and hit us on the counter. It's how you have to play against sides that are more skilled than you. And in the past, we've had some trouble trying to break down these sides. So what are your expectations for this match?
You wouldn't be a seasoned Eintracht fan if you weren't a little nervous about the first round of the DFB Pokal. Yeah, the Zweite Liga and lower, they're all playing competitive matches already, so they have some, like you said, some matches under the belt. So I'm always worried about that first competitive match where, if they're still feeling it out as a friendly, because it ain't.
No.
But otherwise, I'm super excited for Engers. There was I don't remember where the article was, but there was an article about their fans just being in their staff being so hyped to play against us, and like the long lines in the town to get tickets. It was super cool to see. So I really cherish these very like such stratospherically different clubs facing each other. It's a good moment. I am a little worried
for sure.
As with our goaltender stuff going on, and just our offense trying to find its first foot. We could face some challenges in that first 30 minutes.
Yeah, absolutely. Our offense is relatively the same from last year, except for at the striker position. And so getting those guys to gel with that attacking offensive midfield that we have, where we have a lot of depth, but those players having to get to know each other and perform right away here will be interesting to see. For the game, we will be missing a few players. Obviously, Santos, as originally mentioned. Nathaniel Brown will not be in the squad, as will Elias Skiri. Sean Uzun was somewhat injured, but he will be healthy enough to be on the bench for this game. So I think we'll need to see a pretty big game from Mario Götze in that attacking midfield to try and break down that Engers defense and feed Burkhardt.
Huge. Yeah, he's going to be pivotal for all the new offensive talent that we have to kind of gel with the team, and from Doan to Paxton and everybody. It's and they got to be on their first foot here. It's I was just thinking, who's going to be the backup?
What, goaltender?
Yeah.
For this? Oh, it'll be Grawl for this game.
Yeah. Gosh, I don't know why. Oh so boy,
it's been a while since he's played a match for us, but and I don't expect him to come into this game at all. But so Grawl, one of I guess now, once Kevin Trapp leaves, one of only 2 players remaining from the 2022 Europa League winning side alongside Ansgar Knauf. So quite the changeover over just 3 calendar years.
And Ansgar Knauf, a whole 23 years old and a veteran.
right. And had only been part of that club for half a season, or that side for half a season. So, no, it's pretty wild. And I think Jens Grawl, that was his first year with us as well.
Yeah.
So that unfortunately is the nature of football when you are not the most financially large side out there. You're constantly having to shuffle around players in order to stay competitive near the top. But that's the reality, and every time we lose players, we always bounce back and, quite frankly, have continued to outperform year over year. So I definitely trust us going forward. This front office has done amazing work, and I think they'll continue to do so. Yeah. You got any predictions for this match?
I think I saw some good flashes of the offense. So I'm going to say 3-1. Burkhardt getting a brace. I think Burkhardt, if we get off on the right foot, Burkhardt won't play that long. So I'm going to say that not my favorite player is also going to score.
Yeah.
There you go.
Yeah, I can see.
He's looking better.
Yeah, he's definitely looking a lot better as the summer friendlies have gone on. He needs to do something to justify that record transfer fee for sure, because it was not looking good for the second half of last year, but we'll see. I was joking around in our Discord about, my prediction. Well, Garrett mostly joking with me about my predictions always being very incorrect. So I promise not to pick another Eintracht victory. So I'm gonna say we crash out of this round 2-1, losing to Engers. But
Ain't right.
no, I do think that ultimately we should be able to beat this side. We should be able to break them down. I think we have the players to do so. I know Brian, our fearless leader, thinks we'll be smashing them up 3-0 going into halftime. Get some rotation in. So gotta love the overconfidence from him sometimes.
maybe Garrett needs to talk to him.
Yeah. No, I do think that ultimately we will win this game and we'll advance into the second round of the DFB Pokal, and hopefully it'll be a really good send-off for our legendary goaltender, Kevin Trapp.
Yeah. DFB is... I want to win the Meisterschale. I want to win Champions League. DFB is just something special. I love that tournament. Everything about it. So it's always fun to start the season with it.
It's the easiest and the hardest trophy to win, right? You know, it's the fewest matches needed in order to win a trophy. But there's always crazy stuff that happens. I mean, just look at Bielefeld, third tier side getting to the final last year, and so you or Saarbrücken.
Saarbrücken. Yes.
They've made it to the semifinals a couple times in recent history. So
yeah,
you really never know what's going to happen in this competition. It's so much fun, and I'm excited for Sunday. Any other thoughts before we wrap things up here?
No, I had something prepared, but I forgot what it was. I am happy. So thank you to Oliver and Tom for bringing the postman to the US trip. So I saved one that Oliver gave me to crack open at 6 a.m. in the morning on Sunday. So I am very much looking forward to that. Thank you to Oliver and Tom again.
That is great stuff. Yeah, we were enjoying the postman pretty nicely in Philadelphia at Brauhaus Schmitz. I think we drank them out of a couple of their types of postman throughout.
That's great.
So
that's great. Yeah, different types. I'm so jealous.
Oh man. But yeah, Nathan, where can people find you?
You can find me on Blue Sky at bembelboi. Yeah, I'm on there chatting around, but you can find me mostly on our Discord. Just hand wringing about Eintracht every day. That's what I do there. Yeah, some good conversations there.
Yeah, absolutely. No, the Discord is a very fun place to be. It is constantly active. I believe the link to join is in our Discord. So if you are wanting to chat Eintracht pretty much 24/7 or about plenty of other things, we're sharing our food, our drink, talking about other sports. There's something for everyone in that Discord. Please join. It's a wonderful time. Other ways you can get in contact with the show, follow us on Twitter at hefpod, on Blue Sky at hefpod.bsky.social, Instagram at Hey Eintracht Frankfurt, and on YouTube at Hey Eintracht, or I believe at hefpod. You can also find us on Facebook, Hey Eintracht Frankfurt Podcast. I think that's about everything for today. So cheers, Auf geht's Eintracht, and
Auf geht's.
let's move on to the second round.
Yes. Knock on wood. Frankfurt,